the Atacama Desert, Chile, August 5th, 2010. 2,400 feet below ground, dozens of miners toil in the sweltering darkness of the San Jose copper mine. Suddenly, the earth above them shifts and dislodges a boulder the size of a 45-story building. The massive boulder comes crashing down, causing the mine shaft to collapse and blocking the ramp that leads up to the surface.
There were 33 men in the mine at the time of the accident. On the surface, they knew that there had been a terrible accident, but it was not clear what that meant for the men down below.
The outside world had no idea if they were alive or dead. People were really on edge. They were watching this around the world on television. It's really something that people were following very, very closely.
Search and rescue teams quickly began to drill into the rock to try and free the miners, but progress was slow. For days, the world watched in suspense as rescuers desperately continued to drill in search of the miners.
There was a lot of concern about their individual health conditions. One of these guys had an ulcer that was really bad. One of them was a diabetic. So there were really desperate efforts on the part of the Chilean authorities to find them.
It was nearly impossible to find the men because nobody can see through the earth, and the maps were outdated. And that meant, as one of the drillers said, we're drilling blind.
Finally, after 17 long days, one of the rescuers' drills uncovered evidence that, incredibly, the miners were still alive.
The miners had found some red paint so that when the drill came down through, they could paint on the drill to show that we are alive.
In the drill, they sent a note out that said in Spanish, "Estamos bien en el refugio los 33. We are okay in the refuge, the 33 of us." And that really just changed everything.
Rescuers sent down small packages of desperately needed supplies through the narrow hole leading to the miners. They also sent down a small digital camera. The video paints a harrowing portrait of the conditions the miners had been trapped in for the previous 17 days. Somehow, the men had survived on only a week's worth of food and water.
These miners were trapped almost half a mile underground with a few cans of tuna fish. They had to resort to drinking water that was used for industrial purposes. Also, they created a system in which they had a democratic vote, you know, one man, one vote. And the majority, if they decided on something, that was the way that they were going to go.
Without knowing it, the Chilean miners walked into one of the most important survival strategies there is, which is creating a sense of collectivism and leaving each of them feeling less alone with this nightmare that they were in.
After discovering the miners were alive, rescuers estimated that it would take months to drill through a half a mile of solid rock and reach the trapped men.
So here you are now, August 20th, August 22nd, and the drill operator said to the team up on top, we will be able to get them out by Christmas. So you are going to have to tell the men that you're going to have to be down in that mine for 3 more months.
To combat their feelings of helplessness, the trapped miners turned to their last remaining refuge, their faith.
One of the things that really struck me about why they were able to make it for so long was their religious beliefs. They really felt like prayer was one of their strategies to help them make it through this.
Literature documents that faith is a significant factor in survivability. Sometimes it's individual faith. Sometimes it is faith of a community. The hard part is there is no science that we have that absolutely defines it, but faith has real tangible results for many people.
For the Chilean miners, many of them were men of faith as part of their day-to-day lives. So praying together, having that collective energy was just enough hope to keep a person going for another day.
After 69 days, the rescuers finally created a hole big enough to extract the miners. Then, as the world waited with bated breath, the men were brought up one by one. And astonishingly, all 33 miners made it out alive. But perhaps what's even more incredible is that they were rescued 2 months sooner than everyone expected. And the miners firmly believe that this unexpected turn of events showed that a higher power had intervened on their behalf.
The power of prayer played a crucial role in allowing these 33 miners to make it. It's even been said that God was the 34th miner. Several of the men who were trapped down there said that. They really felt like their belief in God was why they were rescued.